In ancient China, there started during the Chu dynasty a system of ruling through palace eunuchs. A system which continued right up to the end of the Qing dynasty. But China wasn't alone in such practice. Even in the Bible, there are references to eunuchs, indicating they were an accepted part of the administrative process in other countries as well. In all, the eunuch system existed in China for a little over 3,000 years, and a brief reading of history tells us he had an important role to play. The eunuch was also frequently referred to as the third sex.
Right, a bit of knowledge is about Jesus and the Son, and the number 5 as well, right? So when you have the Son, right, if you go to the old ancient scriptures like the Vedic and Sanskrit and like stuff like that, right, the Sun is symbolized. It's the fire warrior, right? It's the sort of blazing warrior and the blazing chariot and all stuff like that, like the Skywalker and all stuff like that, right? So it becomes a symbol for a warrior, right? The Sun. So what they do is when they do the profane Western ideas and that, is the overlap, right? The overlay a mask over the Sun, right? And call it Jesus, the Son of God, right? So basically they're taking a mask and putting it onto the Sun, right? So transforming the Sun as the blazing warrior, right? Into a meek, submissive lamb idea and all that. And so instead of being like the blazing warriors type of thing, it becomes the the sort of man who walked to his death, sort of meekly and submissively and all that. Not a story. He walked to his death and all that, rather than take up war and all that type of thing, right? So and that's symbolised, right, by the beard, right? Because we know that the beard is a like a metaphor, right, for cover up and disguise and putting on a mask and all that. The beard, right? In fact, the sort of you use the beard idea, like Mary Beard, that sort of tea drinker on the TV, and Mary Beard. The beard is the symbol for like the disguise and that, right? So that becomes that transforms out as the dualistic. See, the Eastern ideas being the fire warrior, and the Western profanity ideas of being the sort of the meek, submissive lamb and all that, right? So it's obviously two, and of course the lion as well in the Eastern ways, and that the lion, say, symbolising the sun with the blazing mane and that, right? So they use that as the disguise to to trick the profane and that, fool the profane, sort of take the fight out of their spirits and that, right? Of course, then you have like things like onward Christian soldiers and all that, which is like these people are not in the churches for the majority are basically of the eunuch persuasion, right? So but the mental sort of the mentality of the eunuch is still present, right? So this sort of brings to the origins of the eunuch, right? So when you had the original eunuch idea, right, the eunuch was basically made to be a warrior and a sort of soldier and all that. As a, so if you look at things like there's a Chinese kung fu movie called The Eunuch from the Western Gate or something, right? So he's talking about the sort of when they made the eunuch, right? The eunuch was made so that it would take a higher position on the use of the weapon, right? Thus making a better skilled warrior and all that. So when you sort of like remove the bottom parts and that, right? Remove the reproductive parts, the mentality, right, sort of takes a higher ground type idea, right? Like a higher position for use of the weapon, right? So sword or spear or whatever, the usage of the weapon, see. So you can learn the weapon arts a lot better than if you've got the sort of reproductive parts in place. See, that's the origins of the eunuch in that, right? Bye.